morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Bambi, I was actually rewinding your live from this morning because I want to hear about the giggling granny. I forgot all about that story. Until I saw I said, "Oh shit, I know about that." But I'm going to say this and then I'm going to say hi. Um Yesterday I received a DM and they asked me to go listen to Sophie. So when I got in there, Sophie had a couple of people on chat. So I went back to the beginning. She was playing a live stream between Deadly and Square. Square, I heard the most disgusting things out of your mouth about someone you don't know. Um, I'm not even going to repeat it, but just in case you're listening or you're in the bushes, you are no longer welcome in my chat. If I don't want William in my chat for the disgusting things that he said, I damn sure don't want you in my chat. I heard it with my own ears. No one told me anything. I heard what you said. I heard exactly what you said. So I've made myself clear. You're not welcome in my chat. Don't leave me a comment on my um on my video. I don't want to hear it. I heard it with my own ears. And then I went, so after I heard that, I stopped listening. So then last night, after I got off the live, I said, let me go back and finish listening to the rest of Sophie's stream, which I didn't really listen to all of it. I went to the end. There's a video that she played that I guess you made talking about these two people that were killed in that accident. That was quite disgusting. So I'm letting you know you are no longer welcome in my chat. Don't try me because it's not going to work. Okay. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I heard it. I heard it. No one told me anything. I heard it. And Sophie was replaying, I guess, the live stream that he did with Deadly. And the shit that he said was disgusting. And she made a point. He brought it up. Not Deadly. He did. And he kept going with it. So that's it. Good morning, Bambi. Good morning, Muggsy. Good morning, Gamecock Jenny. Good morning, Crafting with Amanda. Good morning, Big Bad Wolf. Flower Power, sweetie, good morning. Wendy's Front Yard, good morning. Wisco Gal, good morning. Aaron, good morning. Chantel, good morning. Pamela Barr, good morning. Bobby Sue, good morning. Sarah motherfucking Z, good morning. So, and I just want to make that clear. This has nothing to do with worky verse, jerky verse. This is all because of you. It was disgusting. You don't know Sophie from anywhere. So, anyway, I have a very disturbing story this morning coming out of Pontiac, Michigan. Maybe you guys have heard of it. It just happened. He was just arrested. What was it? August 8th. And now it's breaking all over the news. I saw it last night when I was live with Debbie. It's a Rochester Hills doctor. He's been charged with felony sex crimes, including hidden recordings at a swim school. They're saying that this is the worst one yet. Okay. This doctor recorded victims as young as 2 years old in changing rooms, bathrooms, hospitals, and his own home. May I add, he has 2 kids of his own. I think it's 2 sons. They said that several devices that was seized by the police, has over 13,000 videos. I have the press conference. I'm going to show you guys that too. I'm just going through my notes. The number of victims is unknown, but this was going on over multiple states for at least 6 years. For at least 6 years. He's 40 years old. I have his picture. Hold on. Let me get to my brand. Let me put his picture up. There we go. That's him. Dr. Aejaz. That's him. That's him. He's being held with $2 million bond. He's been charged with multiple sex crimes. Oh my God. So he has 1 count of child sexual abuse activity, 1 count of using a computer to create or reproduce child sexual abusive material, 2 counts of recording children under the age of 18 while nude, 2 counts of capturing or recording 2 women over the age of 18 while nude, and 4 counts of using a computer to commit a crime. They said many of the allegations stem from him recording a mother and her kids at in a changing room at the Goldfish Swimming Club in 2023. This is crazy. This is disgusting. So let me pull up. And he moved to the U.S. in 2011. He's from India. He had his residency at Sinai Grace Hospital. He spent time in Alabama. He was in Michigan. He worked at, Ascension Genesis Hospital. He's been all over the place. So who knows how long he's been doing this. But let me get the news conference so you guys can see and you can hear. It was brought to their attention and they started investigating him. And this is what.
Okay, thank you. I hate staying at this podium lately.
Hold on.
Unfortunately, we're here. The good prosecutor,
let me take this
Craig
thing down,
and I tag teaming yet again on another terrible, terrible case. So I'll give you a little bit of the background, and then our prosecutor will speak to the charges that have already been issued. So the baseline is this: on August 7th, we received information concerning potential criminal activities of a physician, a Dr. Oumair Aejaz.
Hi, Riley. How are you?
Aejaz, I believe is the pronunciation. 37-year-old Rochester Hills resident who's married and is the father of 2 young boys. The allegations were that he was engaged in activity, including but not limited to placing hidden cameras in changing rooms, video recording young children as young as 2 years of age, and all the way up to grown adults in different settings. The current criminal charges, which the prosecutor will speak to, are primarily from activities conducted in Rochester and Rochester Hills when he was off duty, where it appears to utilize cameras that were deployed separate from himself and then also on his person. They were used in changing rooms, bathrooms, hospital rooms, as well as inside closets, bathrooms, and bedrooms of residents that he had access to. We believe the criminal activity has been going back at least 6 years, but this is, and I can't stress this enough, so much the tip of the iceberg. He was arrested on August 8th by our detectives as they were serving a search warrant, and again, formally charged by the prosecutor, which she'll speak to those charges. He's currently in our jail at $2 million cash bond, no 10%. So the background on this individual, he's an Indian citizen, has been working in the U.S. on a visa, came to the United States about 2011 for his internship in Michigan.
Damn,
he moved
Scotland.
to Dawson, Alabama around 2018 and returned to Oakland County to continue his practice here. So this may stretch not just in Michigan, but to other states and potentially even other countries. He has worked at Ascension Genesis Hospital in Grand Blanc and Henry Ford Macomb Hospital in Clinton Township, but we're still trying to determine where else he may have worked. He was apparently an individual, a contracted physician that went 2 different locations for a company rather than having his own specific practice. So we still don't know the scope of how many facilities or venues he may have visited in that regard. It's obviously, as I said, very active investigation. It's in its infancy. We've already done a great number of search warrants. We've confiscated at this point 6 computers, 4 cellular phones, 15 external storage devices, and just one of the hard drives has.
Who needs all of this? Who needs all of this? He was involved with a child porn ring, I'm sure. This is disgusting.
13,000 videos. So each one of them will have to be gone through to determine if there's criminality or potential criminality in those videos. And then the prosecutor ultimately will determine if there is the charges from those. This could take as long as 6 months just to get through what we already have.
Whose bracelets
are
banging?
The unit is deeply engaged in this and has put tons of hours into this already. And the other potential is there also might be cloud storage. So we're trying to run that down, which obviously would add the potential for more. Due to the lengthy time that he's been involved in this activity and the large amounts of storage that.
I hear bangles. It's like somebody's bracelets are clink, clink, clinking. That's what I'm hearing.
We have in our possession, we believe there's obviously a lot more to be uncovered. So we're seeking to identify more victims, and we set up a special email for anybody that believes that they are a victim of this activity to email and communicate directly with our investigators. We'll be displaying that, but I will read it to you. It is OCSO, like our initials, SIU, which is our Special Investigation Unit, OCSO SIU at oakgov.com. We'll put that up on the screen. If you believe you've been a victim or have information about this individual or this person's activities, please send us anything that you have or any questions or concerns you have. We believe he did his residency at Sinai Grace, and as I said, then went to Alabama, and has been involved in a lot of different scenarios. So, as we look at this, and I've been involved in sexual predator criminal investigations for a long time. I've been in law enforcement 37 years. And in my early part of my career, I did a number of investigations of sexual predators. And then in a moment in between that career, I was a senator and I wrote the Sex Offender Registry Act. And so I went deep down the rabbit hole of profiling sexual offenders to determine how they operated and how we could best protect the public from them. This individual potentially is one of the worst I've ever seen, because there's no particular category. It's not just children. It's not just women. It's not just men. It goes from a 2-year-old to a grown woman. And so the victimization is so broad and the perversion so great that we're just beginning to wrap our arms around it. And disturbing on so many levels that it's hard to look at the videos of that activity where a woman is basically unconscious in a hospital bed and he's violating her, to a 2-year-old thinking they're out for a great swim day and they're being captured naked. There's nobody that's out of bounds for this sick
This is disgusting
activity.
And this is a doctor.
I'm excited that our prosecutors already
it doesn't make a difference that it's a doctor, okay? But the fact is that he went to school for all those years to earn that name and to earn his license and to be this doctor, and you took an oath to do no harm. He's sick. You
got
can't
him
trust
locked
anybody.
up, why we continue the investigation. If there's medical facilities that I have not talked about that have had him licensed or practicing in their facility, they need to let us know, because we're working to get our arms around how big this is. But when you think about the incredible perversion and destructive activity of Nasser, he had a much smaller group of victims in terms of potential. There's no limit to his perversion.
Now you got to remember, this is the same prosecutor that is prosecuting the mother and the mother's boyfriend that stapled that 6-year-old little boy to the wall. This is the same prosecutor. Oakland Town, this is the same prosecutor. Remember, that took place in Detroit. Same prosecutor. And they're back this soon.
And so we're going to need the public's help and victims' help, because a lot of these we may not even be able to identify because we have so many victims, so many videos of people. We have no idea who they are, and sometimes yet what the venue is. So with that, I'll kick it over. I'll put up the, that is our individual. I'll let you capture that, and then I'll put up the email address, and I'll kick it over to our prosecutor.
Aejaz Oumair. That's him.
How old is he?
Hi, Jezebel.
37.
I thought it said 40 in the article that I read. He's 37.
That's
okay.
The email address on the bottom.
Thank you so much, Sheriff. I'm going to talk about the charges that our office has already issued. But first, I want to say, much like Sheriff Bouchard, the victims are our primary focus.
Bambi, what are we talking about gun rights? I'm confused. What are we talking about gun rights?
Started my career as a prosecutor, prosecuting child sexual assault cases. And, I feel like we find ourselves saying a lot. This is the worst we've seen, and yet we see worse. But this particularly hit home to me as just being a mom. These allegations stemmed from a mom bringing her young children to a swim school and taking them into a changing room and getting them changed. And the allegations are that the defendant was filming them from a nearby changing area stall. And it's a complete violation, and it's terrifying as a mother. And we're going to do everything we can to hold him accountable. And we're working in partnership with that. As the sheriff just said, this stems from events that occurred, the events of our current criminal case. August 13th, the defendant's wife produced materials that were concerning the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. Immediately executed a search.
Did we hear that? The wife, his wife, the doctor's wife, turned him in.
Warrant and confiscated more devices, and has sifted through really jarring, alarming images, and they're still doing that. He is charged with 1 count of child sexually abusive activity, 4 counts of capturing an image of an unclothed person, 5 counts of using a computer to commit a crime, and he's being held on a $2 million bond, no 10%.
No 10%.
We feel confident that he will remain there. Of course, these are all allegations, and the defendant's presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. as the sheriff said, it's extremely disturbing. These videos were taken, these images, some of them in a swim school in Rochester, where moms and kids were just there for their swimming lessons and changing in a changing area. And those are just the charges we've brought so far that relate to the victims that we can identify. As the sheriff said, we fully expect and actually know that there are thousands and thousands of images and videos that
13,000.
we will have to work, law enforcement in partnership with others, to identify who those victims are. And those are all being investigated. I also want to say that this is, there are so many victims that we know about and a lot we don't know about.
It is,
but
Riley.
This individual preyed not just on parents and community members and trusts, but also in our well-respected institutions and hospitals, who I do want to point out have been very cooperative and are working to see those victims identified and want very much to work with law enforcement to hold him accountable. I can't stress enough the amount of hours and hours and hours of work it takes for the computer crimes section of the sheriff's
Jezebel,
office. And they have been doing that almost around the clock for over a week. These are difficult images to view, and it will take some time. We wanted to be cautious and careful about what we release to the public, because we don't and can't identify all the victims at this point. We now have ability to access information and digitally analyze so much evidence, and because of that are bringing these kinds of horrific acts to light. But it takes a partnership with our law enforcement, and we rely on the computer crimes section a lot, and we are continuing to work together to make sure we can identify all the victims in this case.
So here's the thing. They already have 13,000 images. They said that he might have uploaded stuff to the cloud. So that means that you're probably going to have a whole lot more. And like Riley said, the people that are going through these images or these videos, and they're trying to identify. Can you imagine a cop showing up at your house to say, hey, I've got you and your kids on videos in all kind of compromising positions. Would you like to come down and view this just as, so you can give me some background on this? Can you imagine someone showing up to your home or your job and you're being told this, especially if it concerns your kids?
Thank you.
Questions?
Okay, so
are the allegations all that it was just, not just, but.
So we're not going to go through the questions. Most of this is questions, but I wanted you to see what, and this is the same prosecutor for that little boy that died, who was abused by the mother and the mother's boyfriend. Really, Jezebel? You got to let me know what's the name of the channel. You have to let me know. But your kids are going for swimming, and this is what happened. Can you? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine this shit. It was in Michigan. Michigan is now getting up there with Ohio with all the crazy shit that's going on there. And then we got to, oh God. Riley, you may not want to hear this. You may not want to hear this, but I was reading an article yesterday about Craig Mack. I guess, I'm kicking flavor in your ear, flavor in the ear. So they had listed Craig Mack's death as heart complications, congestive heart failure. Well, that was a lie. Craig Mack died of HIV and AIDS related illness. His daughter, his ex-wife, and his brother did an interview with Rolling Stone magazine, and they said that he was living his truth. I'm like, wait a minute. He wasn't living his truth. He had HIV and AIDS. The wife knew, the daughter knew, the brother Andrew knew. His daughter's name is Amanda Mack. His ex-wife's name is Roxanne. They said that when he found out about his diagnosis, he left his hometown and went to South Carolina, where he became, where he joined the ministry of Overcomer Ministry. They said by 2014, he was showing all the signs of his failing health, and he was frequently sick. But he would tell people that he had congestive heart failure. It was so bad that they said he was unable to walk. They said before he died, he was catatonic. This man was not living his truth. His wife says that he was in denial, but that was him living his truth to the end. No. And she said, it sounds crazy, but you had to know him to understand that. You know, he was a rapper, you know, he was kicking flavor in your ear. I'm kicking flavor in the ear. Yeah, Craig Mack. I was shocked when I read that article. You're not living your truth if you're out here and you're infecting people. But you're lying and telling people that you had congestive heart failure. I'm like, okay, that's living his truth. Okay. No, it's not. I get it. He's in denial, but you were still lying. Lying. I know it's a lot more of them. It's a lot more of them out there. But I was just shocked. I was completely shocked. And then we got a Texas mega church pastor that's telling everybody. His name is Pastor Lyndon Scott. You guys may have heard of Pastor Lyndon Scott, because he's the pastor that said that he didn't know that Robert Morris, you remember the Gateway Church with all the child abuse allegations that they were sued back in, oh my God, back in 2019. He said he was unaware of the allegations about Robert Morris in 2017, but you were aware of the lawsuits in 2019. So he has this man as an elder at his church. The name of the church is Mercy Church. But he got on his podium and said that if you vote Democrat, you are not a Christian. I swore we will always taught to separate church and state. He says that if you vote Democrat, you are not a Christian, that the Democratic Party is nothing about, they're all demons. They're all demons. Hi, Claudia. I couldn't believe he got up on that podium and said that. He said, if you do this, you are not a Bible-believing, Jesus-following Christian if you support the godless Romans 1, evil of the Democratic Party. But yet they want to preach about separating church and state because they don't want to pay taxes. But you're up there saying this, and this is in Dallas, Fort Worth. We know we know Texas is red. But why would you get up there and say that? So everybody in your congregation, I guess, are Republicans? I guess everybody is Republicans. Oh, my package is out for delivery. Oh, okay. Okay, my package is out for delivery. I don't know what time it's going to get. Okay. I'm confused on these people. And then we hear about the song Two Scammers Scam. Google beat this case, was partying with his lawyer on his boat. Hundreds of millions. You got the scammer, the lawyer, and the wife on his boat. I have no idea, Bambi, what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'll have to look at the chat later. So, Raleigh, you might want to hear this. Angela Dean is livid right now. With Angela, we discussed Angela last night, but now she's furious because she notices and she saw the people that were donating to Michael's GoFundMe, which is now up to, almost 50K. Hold on, let me go back and look. Let me make sure what I saw. Michael's GoFundMe is now at 44,018. Almost 50K. Almost twice what he asked for. She is absolutely losing her damn mind. And let me tell you what we didn't say last night. Angela thought by hitting Michael with an annulment, he wouldn't have the money or the funds to fight back. He has answered. He is fighting back. And just to make sure that everybody understands, when you ask for attorney fees, that's just an automatic thing that everybody puts in there. I want you to pay my attorney. If I lose, if I win, I want you to pay my attorney fees. That's just that's standard. But she's been quiet. Yes, that countersuit is the key. And he answered. I said he had everything he needed for abuse, for mistreatment. It's all there. And then someone in the chat said, well, what about the unaired footage? I'm sure they have to have some good stuff on that too. His countersuit said, do not delete or destroy anything. He's asking the courts to hold her for abuse. He sanctioned abuse. And it's provable. She opened a can of whoop ass that she can't handle right now. And he's finally standing up to her. And it doesn't look like he's going to back down. He's not going to back down. Angela, Michael played that long game. Whether you want to say whatever you want to say, he was there. He never raised his voice to you, except for when he told you to send him home. Then I was looking at, spousal visas and, marriages, period. Now, they said if you can prove that it was a scam marriage, he can actually be sent back. She can't prove that it was a scam marriage. And they say the chances are low that you will be sent back if you get a divorce. So She's asking for an annulment because she said he scammed her. No, he didn't. He did not. You have done everything in your power to belittle this man. You've thrown accusation after accusation at this man, and he never responded to you. Something Debbie said last night, and I think she's correct. TLC, he had the interview with Entertainment Tonight with Melissa. TLC okayed that interview. A lot of stuff didn't air. We're going to see in part 5, Michael is going to tell what happened. Angela kept telling all of us, wait till the tell-all, wait till the tell-all. You're going to see. No, unless they cut out some stuff. No, honey, what we saw is you made a fool out of everybody there. You embarrassed everybody there. You're charging up the stairs. You're up in that man's face. People are telling Michael to run. Did you think this was going to play out in your favor? And she kept saying that the marriage wasn't legal. Oh, yes, the marriage was recognized here in the United States. I'm sure that Michael has an immigration attorney along with his divorce attorney. Yep, she tased him allegedly twice. I'm sure that they're going to subpoena the people that were in that hotel in California where Michael said that he had to sleep on the sofa in the lobby. They've got her bad behavior on beating up her friend in New York. That's all on video. Once on the internet, it's on the internet. So if this man is saying he was abused, whether we saw the videos or not, which we did, we have her attacking people in a hotel. We've got her being kicked off a flight going to Canada for her bad behavior. I don't blame Michael. You want a division of everything that you have earned in that marriage. You want it split equally. Your campaign to destroy him did not work. You should be ashamed of yourself. You never wanted him to come here. That's why when he went to the Ivory Coast and he was able to get that interview, you were pissed. You never wanted Michael to come here. But then in the back of your head, you were thinking, hey, if he comes, he can help me with the grandkids. He can help me clean the house. Because before he was going to help you with mama. And then I heard something else on Cooch's Live that I didn't bring up. When Scotty said that she took the plea deal because they were going to take her kids. Girl, your mama got your kids. You took the plea deal because you were going to get more time. You are a registered sex offender. This man was in a house with abusive people, not just women, but the kids too. We saw the way they spoke to him. And his paperwork says he fled for his safety. It states fled, F-L-E-D, fled. Anybody supporting Angela and her BS, I need you to really take a look at yourselves. No one's saying Michael is innocent. We know about the BJ, which she brought up every time they got into an argument. We know about this hoe or this bitch, as she said, but she never showed the proof. We knew about the BJ. He admitted that. What we didn't see is him destroying her property. What we didn't see is him spitting in her face. What we didn't see is him jumping in her face, throwing water at her, throwing beer at her. What we didn't see is an immature 58-year-old, 57 since the damn season started, acting a plum-ass fool because she's jealous of all of these younger women. What we didn't see is Michael disparaging your family. That's what we didn't see. That's what we didn't see. Good morning, damn it, Mandy. You can say that you said that all Nigerians, I'm sorry, you didn't say that. Your buddy did. Nigerians learn how to scam in the first grade, second grade, whatever it was. That's what we heard. That's what was put on a public platform. I never heard Michael call you gay. Never heard Michael say you were an R word. Never heard Michael say that you were talking to underage men, which we see you all up on these men with your badass breath, with your Despicable Me outfit on, always patting somebody's ass, groping somebody's dick. We didn't see Michael do none of that. Your need to be famous has made you infamous. I'm going to say it again. Your need to be famous has made you infamous. Hi, James. It's disgusting. Your behavior is an embarrassment to all women. You've tried your damnedest to make this man look like shit. It's going great, James. What I have been in Michael's chats. Anybody says anything about you disparaging, he goes, guys, come on. We're not doing this. Let's all be positive. He never, ever. Only thing he said was he appreciate you always being. That's what he said. So again, take a look at yourself, because you're an American, and all of us Americans, with a majority of us, we support Michael. Even your cast members support Michael. Look at all the anonymous donations. What do you think they're coming from? What do you think they're coming from? You tried to turn everybody against that man. Everybody. Didn't work. You both were in a mutual agreement. You didn't hold up your agreement. I said last night, I'm going to keep saying, if you would have just been chill, he probably would have hung out for another 2 years until he got that green card. Because I think you both had that understanding. But when TLC told you either marry him or get off the pot, or there will be no more scenes and no more storyline, you were quick to get over there and marry. But I wanted mama to be at the wedding. You had no intentions. Then you hired that criminal that killed somebody as your, what is it? As your marriage, what is it? As your wedding planner. The criminal that shot, that pew-pewed somebody. You hired him as your wedding planner when he didn't know nothing but venues and nothing else. We all saw that on the screen. It was all for show. All for show. And if y'all don't remember, go back and watch. At the time she was talking about bringing him over here, C-19 was prevalent. No one was coming over here. And then we had President Trump in office. He wasn't coming. How many times did she go see that immigration lawyer? This last time they even told her if she had any doubts, don't bring him here. You could have pulled that application at any time, but you didn't because you wanted to be on TV. You needed Michael as much as he needed you. Anytime you've gone on network TV shows and embarrassed your own grandkids and your daughter, you know, the one that's on the registered sex offenders list, that's not coming off, her. The fact that you sat up on that phone and you, well, not on the phone. Yeah, you were talking to this guy on IG and accusing him of only marrying this woman because he wanted her daughter. That was sick. Again, you have no room to talk. Your daughter is a registered sex offender. You want to talk about Michael allegedly talking to underage girls that he don't know about. Well, how would he know? Did you send them there? I'm going to keep reminding you of all the nasty shit that has come out of your mouth. So you understand that the internet is forever. You said it, it's there, and it will be used against you in a court of law. Always threatening people. Threatening. I'm an American. You done messed with the wrong American. Well, I think you done messed with the wrong Nigerian. You didn't think Michael was going to have the backing he has. I wish you luck. Not. I want you to justify your behavior. And anybody, and when I was listening to Cooch's live, when she was replaying JY, I lost it. I couldn't listen anymore. There's no justification for that behavior. Because I guarantee you, if that was Michael doing that, Americans would be in an uproar. Because not only is he Nigerian, he's a black man. And he's doing this to this poor little old white woman, me mom. Yeah, she thinks she's the queen, but them filters, girl. You need to at least keep them filters on, because please don't ever come on in here and talking about somebody. And if you look at the people she has on her panel, they all look alike. So again, Mima, I think you just jumped your ass right into the frying pan, didn't you, Mima? See, I haven't talked to an American either who's on her side. Maybe because I like talking to people with common sense. For you to sit there and lie, talk when you were getting Botox, so Michael don't be with an old wrinkle up woman, which he is, because we see it without the filters. Michael asked you not to have that surgery. He liked you. He loved you just the way you were. You look better back then when you were heavier than what you do now. But everybody else on the, we're always doing, cosmetic surgeries and stuff. So you want to join into it. Any amount of money that you guys made went to you. We heard you tell Michael, it's my money, bitch. No, bitch. It was y'all money. You just happened to get the check because you were in America. Your other little friend say Michael didn't want to work. No, boo. He had a job. Angela made him quit because you can't trust Nigerians. No, you didn't want Michael working around women that look better than you. Shit, half the country looks better than you. Shit, the back of a dog ass looks better than you. So, you guys have a good one. I'm going to get out of here, but Mima, I'm an American and I denounce you. Love you guys. Have a great, great day. Bye. Oh, that felt good. Okay, bye guys.